Hello, this is Roman again, talking about our simulation. Welcome. Thanks for coming back, everybody. Missed everybody. I know it's been a long effing time. I'm turning my fan. It's a little warm out here. I know in the last show I talked about something a little different. This one we're going to talk back about the simulation. I have a theory. So what I think is going on is we're all dead. We're ghosts. We're an extinct species. We're an extinct species of primate that made it to 3 other bodies, planets, our moon, inside of our solar system, inside of the star system. And we died, or our beings don't exist anymore in the real clock. So what happened was some kind of very advanced species, I'm guessing insectoid, because an insect have the hive mind. They could probably build simulations without our forms of technologies. So I believe that our form of technology is for humans, and there's technologies outside of that realm. And that's where other species, other planets, silica-based life forms, insects, other things with big brains in a higher oxygen environment could be well more advanced than human beings. And when something happened to us, we were severed from the ties we have to ancient us, meaning Egyptian periods, and those things were just created back in as part of the background into the system we were put into. And we were severed from our connections to our original spirituality. And that's why spirituality is so open in the human race. We're all looking for that thing, that divine thing. That divine thing was cut from us when we were re-simulated by what I think was an advanced insect species. And we're here to answer questions for it. So we're kind of trapped in a loop, and time is speeding up. Life is getting harder. More and more of us are getting pushed into smaller and smaller vessel, even though it's the same planet, with overpopulation and sharing of ideas and instant news everywhere and the internet. It seems like we're all being pressed into, like one cage to another with smaller and smaller holes in it. And I think that's part of the simulation. That this is not happening by design of us from the inside, but something has designed us from the outside to answer a question it cannot answer. And I think a lot of it has to do with what happened to us and why we succeeded in getting off planet as a primate. And the other parts of the questions is who dropped us off here, what were our origins, and who is our God. So that was not re-simulated in to what we're in. Our version of Sims is been severed from spirituality and severed from the ancient knowledge we once had. That's just a thought I had. I don't know if anybody would agree with me, but this life again is as real as it can be. We're all here in it, and I think we're a reverse engineered ghost of a primate species that made it off-world, and we're answering the question for another advanced species that made it here, or AI created by an insectoid being that wanted to know more about us and had questions that were unanswered. I think, as far as that subject, that's something that I want to get back into again, but I just had this profound thought that we are definitely a ghost primate species that made it off planet. And there's questions to be answered for ourselves from a being that never met the living form, and we are the ghost form. Doesn't mean we don't have spirituality. We have a form of it. We're severed from our original make of what was keeping us all together and why we did things in the ancient past that we're not doing anymore. So, bring you up to date. The last show I did was about 10 months ago or something. That was on the Process Church of the Final Judgment. I did get more into that. I ordered some books, some knowledge. I do have some here. was able to pick up some literature on the process. On the process. On the process. And on the process.